Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Mason Jar Garage. Today we're going to be working on these sealed beam conversion headlights that I bought off of TEMU. I got a set of 4 for the Lemans for I think it was $56. And I've already put up a short about one of them. But here you can see how they ship. They all ship with the center reflector set up for low beam. And then they ship with this halo LED light in them. Here's the wiring for that. I believe this particular set lights up red. I didn't really care because I don't plan on using it. Here is one where I've already removed the center reflector to set it up for high beam. And fortunately on these, that's really easy to do. You just take out these 3 screws right here, and that center reflector just pops out through the light bulb hole there. So what we are going to be working on today is actually taking the lenses off of the housing so that we can remove that halo light. I've already done that on one of these. It turned out really well. Just looks like a normal headlight. So that's what I'm going to be working on, is doing the other 3 headlights here. And let's see. Now I do still have to figure out what I'm going to use to glue these back together. I'm not baking these apart just because the adhesive they used is kind of cheap and terrible, but I mean, for $56, what can I possibly expect? But this is what the completed light looks like after the halo ring has been removed. Turned out really clean, really nice. It's going to look essentially like one of the original sealed beam headlights, but it'll allow me to use modern bulbs. And actually get lights that will illuminate the road. So it's kind of the best of both worlds for me. I'm not someone who cares about the car being absolutely, parts matching perfect restoration. I'm definitely not going for that. If you can't figure that out from the other videos I've put up, then I think that's a you thing, not a me failing to make that clear. But couple of things about these headlights. Like I said, I bought them off TEMU. I was less than $60 for the whole set of 4. I did watch them for a little while, just seeing if they would go down and the price stay consistent. The lenses appear to be glass. I believe they are anyway. The housing is definitely plastic. It's reasonably thick though, seems decent quality. They all have a little rubber boot on the back. They all just use a simple retention spring to hold the bulb in. There's a blank in place now. They do not ship with bulbs, which is fine because I'm going to be using probably LED bulbs. And for $56, $60, I really don't think you can beat this. These are fantastic for the price. Quality is decent. I'd say you'd be hard-pressed to get a set of actual sealed beam bulbs for cheaper than that. But I'm going to start taking these apart. This will be another one where I kind of just speed up everything, me working on it. To get them apart, on the first one, I used just a little razor knife. And this came in a little toolkit, like a precision toolkit that I got for working on cell phones and such. But it's just a little thin metal blade. It's not sharp. However, you can definitely stab yourself with it. The other end is kind of a flatter or less pointy side. I use both sides of that. And then I also used, let me grab them. I forgot to get them. Some of these little plastic guitar pick looking things that come with a lot of the like cell phone repair kits. just to kind of hold it apart as I spread it apart, and a flat blade screwdriver. Where did I put it? This is why it's important to put your tools away so you know where they are. Anyway, somewhere around here I've got a flat screwdriver that I was also using. So I'm going to get to pulling these apart now, set the one I've completed off to the side. More than likely I'm going to use some like windshield adhesive to glue these back together, because I know that will seal them up well. Another point to make, even if you don't want to do any modifications, like if you get a set like this and you don't want to remove this or anything, these are not sealed well. There was plenty of gaps in the sealant around the inside of it once I got it apart. So I would at least recommend going around the seam with some silicone or something like that just to seal them up, because they are not sealed well. Something else a little more prevalent on the other headlight that I took apart, maybe one of these will be the same, but neither the glass edge nor the plastic edge are really cut all that straight, so the seam ends up, yeah, right here. I don't know if you can see that. You've got a gap there, but then you spin it around and you've got practically no gap there. So again, $56 for the set. The expectations need to be kind of low, I suppose. But I'm going to start disassembling these and getting that ring out of them. Yeah, right there, my gap's gotten so tight that I can't actually get this blade to pass through there. Essentially what I'm looking for is just an area where there's enough room for me to get this in, like right here, and for it to kind of get up under the glass. The glass has an inner lip on it that's kind of the actual mating surface. There we go. So I got that under there. I'm just going to start pulling it along carefully and slowly. You can see on the inside that the blade is poking through now. So now when you get to the point where the wires are here at the bottom, you can't really just push straight through because they're in the way. But we should be able to get this in there pointing the opposite direction. And yeah, they're moving a lot easier that way, at least for a small bit. Now, if you don't want to try and cut these apart, you might be able to bake this. I don't know that this adhesive that they used is something that's really going to be heat activated or loosened up by heat. It might be, but with them being plastic housings and of questionable quality in general due to the pricing, I didn't want to risk it. So to pull that out, it was getting really tight and hard to move. This is where these come in handy. Just make a little room there to get it in place, and that'll help hold it apart. And put some upwards tension on it while you continue to work on it. dropped one out. We've made it probably 2/3 of the way around. This is just called an, opener. The brand of the toolkit that I've got here is JAKEMY. I'm not sure how they're pronouncing that. I've got a couple of their little toolkits. They're pretty reasonably priced, and they are of decent quality. Just got them off of Amazon. And you just want to take your time with this, go slow. Definitely don't want to be in a rush because you will end up breaking something. Okay, we are right around to where the wires are at. Whoops. They can survive that much impact at least. Here we go. Alright, so we've got all of the perimeter adhesive loose. We've got a little bit of hot glue on the back here where the wire goes through. It pops loose really, really easy. Just break it off there. And then that will let you pull this whole thing out. And the halo ring of lights here is actually just held in place by the same adhesive you just cut through, so it should be pretty easy to pull out of there when you're done. Now you are left with quite a bit of the adhesive on the glass part here and in the headlight housing. And yeah, it did. You are going to damage just a little bit of the finish on this. However, if you're careful, it won't be really noticeable. I did get kind of a bigger nick right there, dug in too deep with the opener, but again, that's right on the edge where the glass is going to be, so no one's ever going to notice it. Yeah, so that's kind of what we're left with, just like on the first one. And that didn't take me long at all. So I'm going to go ahead and zip through these other two. I'll just speed up everything on here unless I come to something that I feel like is worth mentioning or showing you. And then we'll have a look at all of them out together when they're finished, what they look like. Now, there's a lot more adhesive on this one than there have been on the other ones. I'm having a hard time getting the opener blade down in there. I'm not going to pry with the knife. I'm just going to run it around the seam and see if I can get any of this adhesive kind of cut free in here. Now I'm having a really hard time getting anything up under this one. I'm just going to keep working at it. I'll be back with you once I actually get where I need to be on it. All right, I'm going to step away from this for a little bit and take a break. My hands are starting to cramp up. May end up trying a heat gun on it. If I do, I'll bring you back to show you that. Otherwise, I'll probably just cut to once I get these complete, and we can see what they look like all done. Or if I end up breaking it horribly, I'll definitely bring you back and show you that. So, be back in a flash. So, I decided to try big flathead screwdriver, and this is precisely why you shouldn't do something like that. Chip the lip on the lens here. Not a big deal, it didn't crack anywhere, but I am back with the heat gun. This is the finest you can get off Amazon, No Cry brand. It has high and low, or 1 and 2. So, very adjustable. I'm going to try to heat this up just a little bit and then see if that softens this adhesive up so I can pull it apart easier. Okay, I don't think that was enough. I'm just going to keep heating it just a little bit at a time. It's going to take more time this way, but I don't want to risk deforming or melting the plastic backing here or messing up the chrome any more than I'm going to have to already, or even cracking the glass with too much heat. So just go at it slow if you're doing something like this, because if you try to go too fast, you're just going to break it. No, I am still not able to get this in there any further than it was before. These may be able to handle a lot more heat than I'm throwing at them. I'm just wary of doing so because I don't want to break them. Or it. I only have this one left. The heat doesn't really seem to be doing anything to the adhesive, unfortunately. All right, well, I'm going to try to think of some other things to try here, and I'll be back. All right, so since I'm having trouble getting this out of there any other way, I'm going to try just removing a little bit of the plastic from around the back in hopes that I can make enough of a gap to actually get this little flat tool in there. If I can get it started in one spot, then I should be good, but that's my plan now, is to just cut out a little part of this plastic, and then I can seal it back up with some sealant right there when we're putting these back together. So that's what I'm going to try now. So I've just made a little notch in it there where I can actually get down to the adhesive level, and I'm going to see if that'll help me out. So I'll be back if it does, or if it doesn't. All right, so I finally got the tool started here up under the lip. Hopefully I've not damaged the chrome too much. Guess we'll find out, but now I'm just going to start going around here. And it is popping it loose. Oh, I cut the wires. I actually cut the red wire, so we'll just pull that out of the way. Whoops. Oh well. Whole pointless to get rid of those anyway. Hey. And damage is actually pretty minimal. Yeah, I've got the little notch I cut in it there, no big deal. And I've got a little chip in the glass there. Let's see. It's nothing bad. No cracks, just a chip. So I'm going to clean up the adhesive on this, and then we'll take a look at how everything came out. All right, so got this one all cleaned up. Well, mostly anyway. It needs a little more work. That little notch we cut in it with the lens back on, you can't even see it from the front, towards the bottom. You're not going to be able to see any of this stuff by the time you put trim ring on it. So I'll just lay them all out here. We'll get a good look. Even with that one being kind of a pain, I think these turned out exceedingly well, especially for the price point. Zoom out here. And those are definitely going to get the job done just fine on the Lemans. It'll be way better than putting some normal style sealed beam headlights on there. A lot better visibility. But that's going to be it for this episode. Please remember, if you like the content, like, share, and subscribe. Ring the notification bell. I always hate to be the guy to ask that, but it really does help the channel when YouTube's looking at analytics and deciding who to suggest to people. So it is appreciated, everyone who does those things. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.
Mason jars on dusty shelves, and to save us now. Neon lights flicker hard, shadows dance aloud. Rusty tools on memories, we share the scars. In this garage we raise hell, fixing cars.